Going on, guys, Jurassic here. Today we are back to Warframe. Last time we did Angels of Zariman, today we're going to be doing Whispers in the Wolves. Lloyd has a strange dream and desperately needs to show you something.
My lonely vigil is over. Follow me, Tenno, and on no account wake the family. Despite their conflicts, they sleep in peace. But a solitary dream plagues me. You must understand, constructs cannot dream. And yet, I have. In my dream, one single name repeats. Deimos. The memory surface, long locked away. This was no dream, Tenno. It was a precept. The Deimos sequence.
Alright, Lloyd, you can speed it up here some.
I must fulfill this dormant precept. The Deimos sequence has begun, and it cannot be undone.
encounter the doors? Oh! These are the different ruins that you need to capture the, Lich.
Responsibility in the Deimos sequence. Awaken the sleeper. But I cannot do it alone. Please, assist me once more.
I will say this so far is like a really cool mission. No clue what the symbols are supposed to mean though, to be honest.
The edge of the map and into the domain of monsters. Master Entrati never completed his final project, the vessels. The sequence dictates they cannot awaken before the sleeper does. Do you hear that? Let us hope the sleeper is untroubled by such strangeness. Find them.
So we're supposed to be waking up the sleeper? If you are following along and playing, you have a choice of using the same sort of weapon.
Abandoned things, still faithfully following Master Entrati's last command, to defend. Show mercy, Tenno. End them.
I will show mercy. With them dead.
Master Entrati called it the Void Tongue. He feared it was meaningless, and feared more that it was not. There. That book was like a diary to Master Entrati. His Grimoire. No doubt it holds the secrets of the vessels, and of the Deimos sequence. Take it, Tenno. Grimoire is very active. It is reading you.
Aha! Don't make me kill you with words.
I confess it galls me slightly to see a compendium of knowledge used as a weapon. But needs must. We need be in no doubt of your skill at any rate.
I mean, he basically begged us to destroy everything in here, didn't he? Pretty sure that's what he was saying a second ago. Find the sleeper. So we're on a totally different area.
These labs, better off sealed. We can only hope the sleeper has been untouched by this vast horror, this great indifference.
All right, so the words are a little bit too slow to attack those down there. This is cool. So they actually give you quite a bit of good weapons doing these 3 quest lines here.
I ask too much of you, Tenno. These horrors must be stopped!
Break the book.
If these fragments were to unite... Destroy them swiftly, Tenno.
Alright, so as long as we charge up the book, we should be fine to do our melee attack, which seems to wipe out most of the area. I mean, considering the fact that this is theoretically a very unupgraded weapon, it's doing pretty good. At least we're getting a lot of ability points for it, so I'm assuming that means it's going to be ours at the end.
The next train is arriving. Doors are on the right.
A trap? Master Entrati jealously protected his most adored possessions, be they objects or people. Come, the sleeper awaits.
You sure you want to wake this guy up? He's got ghost trains, everything else, this crazy book that's just killing things by throwing words at him. Alright. Where's the cat?
The Kalimo sequence has begun? Did he send you? Is he? No. No, of course he didn't. That would be impossible.
This is, well, Lloyd, the original. All emotional centers very much intact. Did you have a good sleep?
Ah, the healthful necroloid my Albrecht had made, so that I might have assistance and company. Perhaps that made it easier for him to leave. Resume your duties, construct.
Resume your duties, construct.
Please, follow me.
This is a Tenno, an orphan of the void, continuing the struggle our master abandoned.
A Tenno. A deserter, presumably. Is it not aware there's a war going on? So, the war, too, is just a memory now.
I mean, in our defense, we have fought in the war already. So this is just the assistant. I was thinking that we were going to wake up like the main guy.
Tenno, while Lloyd completes his inspections, you'd better meet the Cavia, a reminder of darker times. Though Master Entrati always hoped the awaited operator would be able to understand them.
The fish? Oh. I thought they were telling us to meet the fish. Oh, they were. Norg status fully alert, brain function exceptional, monitoring nutrition, subject sent into void by a Entrati on mission 3-1. Very Pretty weird looking fish. Sort of looks like a blob fish. Alright, this one looks pretty cool. Avian status, overstimulated, sedative recommended, revival process ongoing, subject sent into void by an Entradi on mission 3-1. Weird, so everything's on the same mission. So do you have to do missions for each of these different pets in order to awaken them? Is that a cat goat combination? Servalite status, extreme depression, no substitute made available, species extinction imminent, subject sent into void by an Entradi on mission 3-1.
One might say.
So I gotta keep one and be between the cat and the bird. The fish I'd like to have in our orbiter just as like a, you know, cool fish, but I don't think I'd pick him as a companion.
Incomplete. The vessels are unfinished, like a book one might one day return to. Operable, barely. The sequence dictates I am to wait for their operator. Clearly that cannot be you.
Oh, it can be. Tenno, Master Entradi's Grimoire suggests you are the key. That colorless antique there? Use it.
I assume they made the computer. All right, so basically you just spammed A on things that weren't red.
This isn't right. The transference stream. It's being...
Well, this is a little different.
Processing systems are powered. All ticketing stations are cash only.
Arthur, find a terminal. Check in. I need to know you made it.
Feels like this. Someone in my head.
Nearly done with this bitch of a year. I wish we could just start over. Find that Dr. Entradi bastard on day one. Then I wouldn't be alone on New Year's Eve.
All right, so we can't go that way.
Arthur. Find Dr. Andrade. Follow him into hell if you have to.
December 31st, 1999?
Strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one. Only one.
Alright, this is a really cool part. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to substitute the music for it, so sorry that you can't listen to the actual music because they did a really nice job with the soundtracks here.
Until I broke the rules, my life destroyed.
Chop them all to pieces.
Life destroyed. Until I walk awake,
This is really cool. It's like a zombie mode inside the game.
ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take?
Alright, so it's a survival, then it goes into exterminate. Basically, you just have to survive long enough to kill them all.
Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today.
You are late.
So, Albrecht made it to 1999 in one piece. But that thing is still on his heels. Albrecht rarely smiled after his return from the void. And never like that. I smashed the casket for nothing! It followed him anyway!
Wait. So you were able to see into our dream? I guess we were playing on the computer screen?
Silence, creatures! It seems the murmur overloaded your connection. Unfortunately for Albrecht's cherished POM 2, not as future-proof as the label claimed. Alas. The murmur. They're attacking the sensory network I installed. Our eyes and ears. To arms, Tenno! Play the warrior, and leave the tactics to me. Construct, I'm awake. Your one responsibility is fulfilled. Be with the family. They must be kept in the state of ignorance to which my Albrecht so wisely consigned them.
But yes, I see. Until we meet again, Tenno.
I'd crawl away in shame too if I'd done what Lloyd did. Doesn't that grimoire feel a little light?
Wait, did Lloyd cut some of the pages out for himself?
To destroy our auditory and visual senses. In all the time I have been asleep, they have never once been so bold. Ignore the caveat, Tenno. If Albrecht ever understood their babble, he never bothered to share that knowledge with me.
Alright, so those things are now trying to talk to us. Oh, defense, nice!
Here they come. After all those years of creepy, silent encroachment, something has changed them, stirred them up. The necromecs never could be compelled to attack the murmur. Albrecht suspected they could no longer distinguish between the indifferents and himself. A theory he was reluctant to confirm.
Alright, so we're at 11 out of 50. Not sure if killing enemies gives us the wall cliff though, does it? No, it's not. So we're going to have to find those in the middle of the defense round, it looks like.
There is a defense system of sorts. Gather enough of the floating Warframe glyphs, and they should reinvigorate the organs you're here to protect. A fallback system, in case the promised operator never showed.
We're all happier now we're here. And we're going to conquer them all. Although, to be honest, we might have to swap out the Grimoire for something else. I'm sure it's a strong book, however, you might need to swap over to a better weapon. Alright, so 47. All we need is 3 more glyphs. Like here.
They're shifting focus. Get to the victory! Look at them. The indifference. He could have given lessons in indifference.
Come! Come!
Albrecht once thought the Carvian should have been destroyed. Failures all. But he briefly showed reluctance. And I saw no reason to punish them for his negligence. I saw off Branham's thoughts. I beat back the infested. And by the void I shall see the end of these monstrosities.
Here we go. So now that we got some defense, we can actually run around and collect the glyphs. I mean, if it was designed to protect it without us even needing being here, it should be good. I think he might have overestimated himself a little bit. Definitely want to make sure we get rid of everything that gives shields to enemies before we worry about anything else. Can you turn into a snake? so weird because you have to pick and choose. Like, do you want to focus on the glyphs or do you want to focus on defending? There we go. We got some defenses now. I think this time we're just going to focus on defending the orbs. Last time I was just letting them do their own thing. Seems like they get destroyed eventually.
Rejoin me, and the Kalimo sequence may proceed.
Containment breach. Sounds for the arch gun. Examine the fish.
You're right, fish. Lloyd could never figure things out. We have nothing to worry about.
If the Cavia have been babbling our secrets to the Murmur, I shall immolate the lot of them. Promise or no promise? It seems Albrecht said more than we heard. Despite the signal becoming corrupted, his words to you are preserved in the transference buffer. We should extract them. But for that, the POM-2 requires a replacement board. And those are all hidden away in the Netracels. You do understand that accessing a Netracel without a key glyph is completely impossible?
Examine the servolite. Thank you, weird goat cat.
So, the Cavia have provided the very item we require. Very well. Proceed to the Netracel at your own risk, Tenno. That babbling oddity may be sending you into a trap, and if you do end up in one, I'm afraid you are on your own.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Everything's a trap in this game. Optional pinpoint location, locate the Netracel. I'm gonna have to assume the white marks are how to pinpoint?
Look at these things lying around, abandoned.
You are his demon, not mine. I won't listen. My apologies, Tenno. I shall refrain from further outbursts.
Alright, there we go. We found a computer. Alright, computer number 3. so now, theoretically, we should have the smallest search radius possible, and then it'll be super easy to find the Netra cell. And sometimes doing optional bonuses inside of these kind of missions will get you additional rewards, which is another reason why you might want to spend the extra time to do the computer.
There, a Netra cell. Albrecht stored all manner of sentimental old junk in these. Insert the keycliff.
The enemy is to lower the security level and open the Netra cell door.
Is diligent. That door won't open while it can sense the murmur nearby. So eliminate them.
Is this the part where they all explode every time you kill them?
Necromites! The lab's automated systems are trying to lock down the Netra cell. Your only option is to destroy them.
Alright, so it looks like he's like nowhere near where we were. Alright, so let's head back. Kill some more. I mean, it looks like it's alert level 64 right now, so I mean, that's pretty good. We want to kill inside the radius. We don't want to accidentally kill outside of it.
Cold stone. Sardonic reverse. I was a fool not to see the resemblance before.
Alright, so now we got another one to hunt down. We'd be able to do it the easy way, just jump up, but it was a little short. Search the Netra cell. I didn't even notice it was a guy's hand holding it down. So this is like a little vault door, basically.
Left well enough alone, kiddo. It'll never get better if you keep on picking at it.
Anything to collect in this room? Oh, just the hacking computer part.
Excellent. Return to me with the board, Tenno. Thank you. A moment, please. Would you do the honors?
Alright, so it looks like we put it in the computer.
Arthur? Tenno. Forgive me. I need Lloyd to understand why I had to leave. Without him. Why I forced him to destroy the device after I had gone. And why I could never say the words he so needed to hear. If I had remained in the Deimos laboratory, Lloyd would never have been safe from him. You know of what I speak. And so I retreated to the only place in history where that entity could not easily follow, to draw his greedy eye away from Lloyd. Tenno, I require your trust. Craft the little curio whose blueprints you will find in the computer's memory. Complete the Deimos sequence. Repair. Rebuild. When the time is right, find me.
Take the blueprint.
The skin of a martyr doesn't suit you, Albrecht. If something mattered, she'd have found a way. It's too late. You heard him, Tenno. He requires your trust. So craft the bloody thing.
Okay, so now we just return to our orbiter. And construct this thing? Hopefully we have enough to build it.
Kiddo, you don't want to be late again, do you?
"99 seconds. And it's free to speed up. Perfect.
The Jahu gargoyle. Bring it back here and we shall examine what form will do to help us.
Oh man, we don't get to keep it?
Albrecht may have told you to build that thing, but given how he used people and threw them away, he may not have cared for your safety. If that gargoyle is a threat, you must take it from the sanctum immediately. Now, activate it.
Alright, that's a good point. Maybe I don't want it in my ship.
At last! If ignorance is bliss, then you, Tenno, must be ecstatic. Come on then, bring it closer. Wakey, wakey.
Where did that come from? Identify yourself!
Please, Lloyd, let them figure it out. Here, in the jar. What? The fish with the big brain? Yes, the fish with the big brain. Can we please finally get this interminable process over with?
Albrecht,
So I'm guessing I don't get to keep it.
the caviar voice, just as he used me to keep them alive. Such a resourceful man.
So, here we are then, the best of what's left. Clearly, Papa's plan was countered. Color me surprised. Right then, we may proceed with the sequence.
You animals have observed us all this time, have you not? You've given yourself a role in the sequence?
Indeed we have. Oh, come, Lloyd. It's named after Papa's favorite pet. Spare the rod and spoiled. We know the fragmented ones are heralds of the indifference. We know the chosen operator must summon and destroy them. And regrettably, you, Lloyd, have made this impossible.
Choose your words carefully, fish.
Tenno, the Grimoire is incomplete. The final page hidden away by Lloyd. Be a darling and retrieve it. That's all. Run it on.
So be it. The gift of decency was clearly not bestowed upon the caviar, Tenno. But I cannot deny the page's current status is lost.
Talk! Talk! I can talk! Hey, hey! Oh, Mr. Lloyd! Mr. Lloyd! Where is Papa? Why did Papa leave us? Mr. Lloyd!
Papa is gone.
we could all be gone too. In an instant. Like, we have to keep quiet.
Okay.
Oh, great. Now we're going to be stuck with these things talking to us the whole time, aren't we? So is the Grimoire weaker than what it can be right now?
Allow me to boil this down for you. Should the indifference's corrupting touch reach us and take back our speech, we would be screwed. So, be a love and eradicate the murmur in this patch before the big bad gets word that Lloyd's awake and the fish is talking.
Tenno, there is some truth to what the fish says. That page was the last thing my Albrecht ever wrote. Meant for me. Since I had no interest in reading his endless self-justifications, I hid it away instead. But with all this chaos, it's undetectable.
Alright, so we just kill everything in there, and we should be able to find the last page. I'm going to assume that we're not actually about to put it inside the book, though. It'd be really cool, though, to introduce, like, a regular Grimoire, and then through this quest line, you turn it into, like, a prime Grimoire by finding, like, the final page of the book. I mean, for a secondary, it's doing pretty good. It seems like every single hit's almost a critical, if not a critical. It's got potential. As with most things inside the game, though, as soon as you start putting formulas on it, and it allows for bigger, crazier cards to be put on, which will then increases damage exponentially. So we'll have to test it out whenever it's like fully upgraded to its max potential. I don't know if it has enough to keep up with like the Kuva Nukor, for example.
It is confined to the strands of Kra. Don't ask, your tiny mind would likely pop under the strain of understanding. This limitation is our one hope.
Do not patronize the Tenno fish. The strands of Kra are merely void renderings of the chains of cause and effect. Conceptually embodied timelines, if you will.
Baba's daughter excelled at explaining complicated concepts in childish terms. I see now where she learned it.
The fish seems relatively smart compared to the other two. I guess that's why they pointed out that he's got a big brain compared to the rest of the group. Get out of the way, little hand. Crazy though, all this content is locked behind getting a Void Rig, and we've like I said before, we've only used the Void Rig like for 10 minutes in one of the missions, so I'm kind of surprised it's not like a bigger thing. You probably could pull it out here and use it in this mission, honestly though. Can you? Nope. It's worth a shot. I am glad though that we didn't have to build like the extra sword and stuff that we got during the mission. Obviously that saved a little bit of craft time. You won't have to use Rhino, I'm sure you can make his armor ability much stronger, but this is how I had him set up when the game first came out a long time ago, so I've just been using him as like the default one to survive some of these tougher levels since he has the armor ability. Once a tank, always a tank. Alright, so we had a couple down there. As far as a free primary weapon, this bow is actually really good. I haven't even put any forms into it yet. This is just everything with its default abilities.
Grim, black, and final! So, if you would be so kind, finish up so I can point you toward that sodding page!
Fish doesn't seem very happy, but we're doing everything that he's been wanting us to do. He killed us to come here, kill some people, and find a page. Calm down, mister. We're doing it. There we go. Get rid of the shield, and the rest will die. Another alternative for armor would be like, well, Inaros has crazy health, but his Daggett, Valkyrie can basically turn invincible.
It was a long walk towards competence, but here you are. Now, please, the page.
How about you give me the page instead, kiddo? Consider it part of our deal.
What deal is that? Oh, we do add it to our book.
It's done. Keep it to yourself, Tenno. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word.
Phil hand raps upon the untimed door, and sans Grimoire, we are undone! We've been rumbled!
Alright, so maybe it's a good time to escape before the whole place destroys itself.
The Murmur diverted your extraction jump. We need you back at the Sanctum, now! Hurry!
Where are we at now, though, is the problem. Here? Tanks. Wait, why are you here?
My future. It's taking the labs inch by inch. Well, I won't let it take his bloody cornea.
We may potentially be... Oh, tell me we're not fighting this big giant.
The sodding indifference seeks a path through the walls! And then, Tenno, through you! Keep it at bay!
Alright, so just kill them all. Eventually, we should be good. I'm not sure if Lloyd can handle himself or not. He doesn't have a health bar for us.
The strand holds. The indifference approaches. Soon, it will take on mass.
You know, at first I thought we were going to do like this whole mode in that giant dude's form. That would have been pretty cool. What?
There is nothing for you here!
Tinu! The Grimoire must speak with its own voice.
Take the Grimoire to the gargoyle. Oh.
You gave me back my sight, but I would not spare you a glance. You gave me back my voice, but I never spoke to praise you as I should have. For you were my right hand, my strength, my support, my sanctuary. Even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me, your sole desire was to suffer it.
Wait, why does it say connect? I don't have the Grimoire anymore.
On your first day of service, you aspired to be worthy of me. I only wish that I could have been worthy of you, my lord.
You about to blast him? Or slap him? I didn't see that coming.
While the indifference remains undeterred, I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed, I shall not waver.
Alright, speak with Lloyd.
Protect the vessels. Repair, rebuild. So runs the Deimos sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think.
What did he say to you before he left?
He said
that it was always watching, that this was no way to remember me, that he wasn't worthy.
My last sight of your face must not be marred by tears.
We had a deal. The deal was shook. A little handshake, all it took. Though from the deal, the wee child ran.
Yet still, we end as we began.
Vision of the past promised a bleak future, but the unexpected assistance of Caveat offered a precision second chance. With a memory of love holding the indifference at bay, Lloyd prepares to send you back, and perhaps this time you will not be late.
Tenno, the Warframe Codex was designed by my Albrecht's own hand to protect the chosen operator from the hazards of his laboratory. This design is yours, by right. I intend to keep the promise I made to him. When the time is right, and the equipment repaired, I will assist you to travel back to the past, to the pivotal year of 1999. Perhaps, between us, we may change history. Lloyd.
Alright, so he gave us the blueprint for Corvex.
Chosen operator, a friendly suggestion. You could do so much more with those melee weapons of yours. I donate my wisdom on both tool and technique. Listen well. Tennokai, a fighting technique fusing void and bestial instinct. Raw power. While I have never used Tennokai, I understand it perfectly. Somewhat of a mind master. Enough so that lost materials pertaining to Tennokai have been stored just out of my reach in the sanctum. Tools. Papa was not one to rest. Use this segment to unlock more potential for your arsenal. The arcane was an art and science that Papa studied well. The convexity of my bowl a magnifying glass on his research, and now your gain. Install this segment, acquire melee arcanes, find Tennokai modules, and observe the results. A swift deletion of your foes.
Operator? Oh, the Leverian. It was floundering. You understand? Going under. All that work I put into it, and so few visited, let alone donated. Oh, I don't mean you, of course. I know you're a friend to the Leverian. You just wasn't enough. So when Parvos made me an offer, I thought, oh, why not? Just let it go. Let it all go. I took the deal, Tenno. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, if only Dante was still around. Please, you must come see me.
Alright, so let's see here. Oh, the segment's just a piece already built? Nice. And we still get to keep the Grimoire. So our melee weapons now have a slot for an arcane adapter, even on older ones. Nice! Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.